And I saw one headline, and it made me go, It was Scream 2 has the best opening sequence in the franchise. And like I said, I went, So let's take a quick look at them. And you let me know which one you think is best. So let's start with Scream 1. Obviously, Drew Barrymore, boyfriend in the chair in the backyard. One of the most iconic openings in horror movie history. They really carved out a nice little spot for themselves there. So Scream 1, we know all about it. Scream 2, the one that this article is claiming is the best. So this one is the opening in the movie theater. You have your young black couple, and that's important because they're talking about race relations and race in movies and stuff. And she's kind of a bitch. And he's like, whatever. Do you want to go see that Sandra Bullock movie? I'm just trying to fuck you. What the fuck are we talking about here? And she says, no, we'll watch your fucking stupid horror movie. And they go into the theater, and it's fucking packed, and people are losing their minds. I've never seen anything like it. Have I? I might have seen some things close to that, but nobody in costume with fucking knives and glow sticks. But I don't know. I get excited that they're excited about a horror movie. So packed theater, and they get their seats, and they're getting their witty dialogue out, talking about this, that, and the other. And he ends up going to the bathroom. While he's taking a leak, he hears somebody in the stall next to him. I don't know. I've always been curious about this. Is the guy in the stall supposed to be jerking off? Is that what's supposed to be happening in there? Because he's like, closer. And the guy is like laughing and giggling like, this fucking guy in this stall is just a riot. And he puts his ear on the stall, which, come on. Talk about gross. You can't do that. You can't put any part of your face on a bathroom stall. But he does. He's like, I got to hear more of this guy giggling and talking to himself. Yeah, so he puts his ear on the stall, and Ghostface in there, our killer, stab through the stall into the side of his head, the ear area, and I'll give him that. That's pretty cool. Like, that's awesome. And he's gushing blood, and like, that's obviously a wrap for that character. But it looks like he goes back in the theater. He's got a ghost face mask on now, same jacket, so it looks like the boyfriend. It's not. It's Ghostface. It's the killer. And he sits next to the girl, and she's busting his balls a little bit. And the movie starts. It's exciting. She gets scared. She grabs his arm. Oh, I'm so scared. Sandra Bullock, we should have gone and seen it. Oh. And she sees blood on her hands because there's blood on the jacket because her boyfriend just got stabbed in the fucking ear hole. And she's like, that ain't right. And before she can really do anything about it, Ghostface gives her some stabs. Bop, bop, bop. And you got to give Jada Pinkett Smith credit here. Lately, I've been talking about scream queens, and I love a good scream. This is one of the best. So she's stabbed up in the stomach. She wanders out of the row, down the aisle. She gets in front of the screen, bleeding, blood coming out of her mouth, and she's dying. And she like drops to her knees, and she lets out this scream. Like, she's moaning at first, and then she lets out this big old scream as she dies. And we cut to the credits, and the Scream 2 opening is very good. As we talk this out together, folks, I'm coming around to him a little bit. This is one of the better ones. But is he jerking off in there? I don't know what he's doing in there. I'm going to have to watch it back. Maybe next week if I can fucking remember. We'll talk about that. Maybe it's in the commentary. Oh, I'd love to hear fucking Wes Craven. And Kevin Williamson be like, well, he's in there masturbating, you know. There's a deep-seated fear of masturbation. Those fucking... Rest in peace, Wes. Rest in peace. So there's Scream 1 and Scream 2 opening. Scream 3, the underdog. It's not going to win best opening. And the reason why is Ghostface is using the voice changer thing. This is when we get voice changing technology. And this is technology that I do not need in my Scream films. I appreciate the advancement of the technology and raising the stakes and evolving things. I don't need voice-changing technology, especially that crisp and clean, and they're using it on the phone. They're using it not on the phone. Like, I can understand if you got some weird voice thing on the phone. But when you're in real life down the hallway, hey, Christine, it's me. It's Liev Schreiber. Seriously. Like, what the fuck is this technology that doesn't exist? This is some Home Alone 2 shit. Except for in Home Alone 2, and they actually made the fucking Walk Boy player thing. They actually made it. I had it because I was a spoiled child. And it did all those things. Slow motion. All that shit. Scream 3, they never fucking sold those voice changes because that's too much of a fantasy compared to even the children's film. The children's film was more realistic than our reality-based horror film. Crazy. So back to Scream 3, opening. We get fucking Cotton Weary, who's, you know, a definite callback to the first two movies, specifically the first movie. This is the guy that was framed for killing Sydney's mom. Obviously, it wasn't. It was Billy and Stu. They did it. They were the bad boys. So Cotton's out. He's out in part 2. He's trying to get his big fucking interview with Diane Sawyer and Sid. He's like, come on. It's Diane Sawyer. But which, by the way, big rub, big name dropping for Diane Sawyer. Like, she must have been hot at the time because that didn't have longevity. Like, Barbara Walters has some staying power. Diane Sawyer, and he's fucking hot for it too. He's like, it's fucking Diane Sawyer. I'm trying to plow. I've been in prison for so long. Sid, help me. So he's in part 2 a little bit. And I think everybody wanted more Cotton. Very interesting character. And we get it in part 3, the opening. So, but unfortunately, as soon as you see him, you're like, yeah, it's Cotton Weir. Ah, shit, it's the opening, though. That means he's going to fucking die. And that ends up being the case. So he's in L.A., on the highway, traffic jam. Classic L.A. traffic, you know. And there's a billboard for his show. He's like a Jerry Springer type now, trash TV. And he's on the phone with somebody's agent. And he's like, oh, whatever, I'm getting another call. And it's this wrong number. It's this hot-sounding lady. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I have the wrong number, but you sound hot. Oh, wait a minute. Are you Cotton Weary? He's like, yeah, you want to get 100% cottoned up in here? Then we find out it's actually Ghostface. Is the voice changer thing. He's like, actually, it's me, Ghostface. Actually, I'm not a woman at all. And I'm at your girlfriend's house. And they cut to the girlfriend's house where they live together. And she's down the hallway getting ready for a shower. And Ghostface is teasing her. He's like, oh, she's got hot gabs. Ooh, she getting in the shower. Cotton. She's getting in the shower. And he's like, oh, you son of a bitch, you leave her alone. And he starts hauling ass. Speeding, bumping, jumping the curbs. He's got a hightail at home. So we get our first taste of that voice-changing shit. Just random hot lady to Ghostface. But then we get it again at the house. So she gets out of the shower, and she's kind of spooked. I don't know. There's like a door open that shouldn't be open. Some bullshit. And she's like, hello? You know, and down the hall, you're like, hey, Chris, it's me. Are you here? Is everything okay? I had the weirdest fucking phone call. I was not going to cheat on you. I was not going to cheat on you. And she's like, no, everything's fine. I'm over here in the shop. Oh, shit, it's Ghostface. Because it is Ghostface. Ghostface is there. It wasn't Liev Schreiber. So now we've got our second ghost or voice changing bullshit. And a fight ensues, and she locks herself in the bathroom. Cotton Weary shows up. Same fucking thing. She's not believing him because she just heard his voice try to kill her or something. A little iffy on that. Like, does she think Ghostface is him? Or is she just untrusting of the voice, of any voices at this time? She's like, no, I'm not trusting any voices right now. I'm so sorry. But he comes to the rescue. She ends up cracking him. He's like, I'm here to it's me, dum-dum. And she's like, how about this fucking putter to the face? And he takes a bump, hits the ground. She's over him, maybe going to take another swing. But behind her comes Ghostface. Gets her. And then Cotton Weary meets his end as well. Cut to credits. Scream 3. And honestly, it's not a bad opening. The only thing is that goddamn voice changer thing is so goofy in that movie. What I'm saying is they should have marketed that item. Sell it. Make some money like Home Alone 2. But they didn't. And I don't think we ever see it again. I don't know if we get it in Scream 4. But speaking of Scream 4, let's talk about Scream 4. The opening of Scream 4. And I'm going to have to Google this one because this convoluted ass bullshit. Scream 4 opening explained. Because that shit's got like 5 videos, 12 top 10 lists. The opening of Scream 4. Because it's an opening within an opening within an opening. Because you get your 2 girls, and they're a little sleepover, and they're bullshitting, and it's you hear about this, and Ghostface comes and kills them. And you're like, wow, cool. Pretty standard opening, I guess. But then we pull back, and it was 2 girls watching that on the movie that was Stab 5. So they were watching Stab 5. And they're like, wow, this movie, man, can you believe all that? Based on all those things? Nuts. Anyway, I'm going to go upstairs and do this, that, and the other. And Ghostface shows up, does his thing. Those 2 girls get got. And you're like, wow, they really subverted my expectations. They really took it to the next level. Then they pull back again and show 2 girls watching that movie. That was Stab 6. In Stab 6, they were watching Stab 5. And at this point, I'm like, fuck this movie. Like, I'll be honest with you. I always talk about giving a movie a shot, and it's up to them to lose me. They lost me fucking immediately. And if it wasn't here, it's when old boy has the webcam glasses, and I was done. And this is all within the first 10 minutes. Yeah, so they cut to those girls, and now we're actually in Woodsboro, and they fucking get got. None of it matters because they've already pulled the rug under you, so you've lost track. It's lost any meaning. Like, the deaths already don't matter. So they really fucked themselves with the opening of Scream 4. They were a little too clever, at least in my opinion. Who am I? And we will see the fucking opening of the new Scream. Obviously, that's just something you look forward to when it comes to a Scream. Okay, we'll see what the opening is. We'll see who the killers are, what the twist is, the relation to that. We'll see who dies. Red herrings are always fun. They do red herring stuff hilariously in those films. So we'll see that. But to rank them, is Scream 2 the best one as far as openings go? I don't think so. I still have to give it up to Scream 1. I think it goes in sequential order. So unfortunately, this isn't a fun list of any sort. It goes Scream 1, Scream 2, Scream 3, Scream 4. Get the fuck out of here. And the new Scream 2022. So now I got to start talking about it like that, like Halloween 2018. Scream 2022. That's a fucking mouthful. That's going to be a nightmare for me, talking about this movie, Scream 2022. But anyway, those are the openings. Let me know what you think Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Scream 2 does have the better opening. Leave a message on anchor.fm/Slasherville Pod. Use your phone. Just press the leave voice message, and it's easy peasy on that front for you. Because I'd love to know what you think.